brought to you by IWCRadio.com. It's the internet's most irreverent wrestling podcast. Now, please welcome Beans, Smoot, Chucks, and Will. It's the internet. This is the IWC.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the IWC show with me, Chucks, and Will. Beans off again this week. He's still on assignment with hashtag minibeans, as far as I can tell or assume.
Yeah. Did you nearly call us something else then?
Say that again?
Did you nearly call us something else? It
sounded like you were going to say it's the.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I almost did. Because I had it on the brain for whatever reason, and then I immediately remembered where I'm at in life. So I was like, oh, no, not that one. We're this one. So here we are. Hi.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out on that one.
No, it's all right. It's fine. It's fine. I would probably call myself out on it.
You don't want to start again? Just start the show again?
No, because then chances are I'll probably definitely do it.
Probably, definitely. We're committed to this one now. It's been 30 seconds, so let's stick with it.
All right, good.
Yeah.
It's been 1 week since our last show. Like I said, Bean's still doing stuff with his kid, at least as far as I can assume. Watch him come back like next week and just being like, "No, I was out camping or something, out on the dusty trail."
Yeah, he did tweet earlier on to say that he wouldn't be with us, but yeah, I assume his parenting is still required.
Yeah, probably. I mean, what other excuse does he have?
Well, exactly.
Exactly, yeah. As of this recording, as we are live right now on YouTube and, well, not live audio-wise, but we're on iTunes as well. Tomorrow is Hell in a Cell. We're going to be getting into the prediction game probably in just a few moments here. And probably discuss a couple of talking points from Raw and SmackDown, and not much in the news either. So, kind of a slow news week aside from the pay-per-view, so this may be a short one, if you will.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just thinking, Beans missed the last 5 shows now.
Really? Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I mean, we missed a few ourselves because we didn't do a show for a while.
Right.
He's missed the last 5. How long before we suspend them?
Because he hasn't defended his hosting duty for 30 days.
Yeah, I'm the interim host as of right now, you know?
Yeah. His role is in abeyance.
Yeah. Oh, God. And in the chat, again, we're on YouTube. You can feel free to find us, the IWC radio show. If you search the show, you can find it on YouTube. And in the chat says War Games is returning. Really? I saw a little bit of that. I thought it was kind of rumored, but I wasn't sure if it was actually confirmed.
Yeah, it's on the NXT show before Survivor Series.
Really? Wow.
Should be interesting.
Yeah. Are they going to have so it's legitimately going to have the double cage 2 rings together gimmick?
As far as I know, yeah, they've not given much information, but yeah, the tickets went on sale today, I think.
It's going to be on the November, I guess the Survivor Series weekend.
Yeah. I'll have to...
With Sanity and Undisputed.
Double cage, double ring, 3 teams, 9 guys.
3 teams, authors of pain too.
Wow. Huh.
Wow.
All right, that's
different.
It is definitely different. WWE was against the idea of War Games because it was a WCW idea, and now...
Yeah, but didn't Triple H want to do it? Wasn't he really big into the idea of doing a War Games?
I think he was.
So much.
I think he was, yeah.
Man.
So, that's good to hear. That's pretty cool. I also saw a little bit
First arcade now.
that Cody Rhodes was also okay with the Dusty Rhodes Classic being a thing again. That's happening this year, I think, right?
Oh, really? Okay.
I imagine so.
I think so. So that's some good stuff. Good luck to the NXT guys in that match. Hope they make it a success, and who knows, maybe it'll be around again next year. So, but that's down the road, pretty far away from now. Let's switch it over to right now with the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, which again is live tomorrow night on the WWE Network. Let's get right into it here. Do we have any papers to rustle?
Yeah, sure. There you go. I'm gonna find where I've got this stuff written down. Oh yeah, here it is. I got it. Here we are. Here's all our names. Here is the prediction game from No Mercy, and here's a space that I need to fill up. So I hope you've got your predictions ready.
Okay, not a problem. Once again, we're gonna have to ask Beans to phone it in here, if you will.
Yeah.
We'll send him a copy of what everybody picked as soon as the show's over, and by next week we'll have the results listed, hopefully. And yeah, good luck to everyone involved.
All good.
Shucks is in the lead with a 4-point spread between me and Will, and Beans not that far off in third place with a 5-point spread. So, sorry, go ahead.
It's all pretty close.
It is.
Can all change. So, right, let's kick off with the pre-show, as we always do. We have the Hype Bros, Beans' favorite. I'm pretty sure I know who he's predicting this time. The Hype Bros versus the world's alpha-ist tag team, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
Okay. Yeah, this was announced on SmackDown Live, I think near the tail end of the show. It was announced at some point during it that this would be the pre-show match, which we haven't seen Gable and Shelton Benjamin wrestle or compete in a while, and the Hype Bros have been kind of teetering on a split. So, what do you think's going to happen here?
I think they've got to lose. I don't know if they're both going heel or if one of them is or what, but I don't think this is the start of a push. So, Gable and Benjamin for me.
Yeah, same for me. Obviously putting all the effort into making Gable and Benjamin a thing, so...
Exactly.
Yeah, it wouldn't make much sense for the Hype Bros to just suddenly win, even though it could happen, and they could just, put everything in the past and have them go into a different direction as a group still, but with Mojo not being listed as the Andre the Giant Cheese Statue Memorial winner anymore, I definitely think that these guys are going to be done. So,
you say not being listed? Not being listed where?
On the show, not being.
Oh, like on his little graphic that pops up.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? I don't know.
I guess you
I
hold it for
then again, I haven't
6 months and then it gets ignored.
Then again, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him on TV in like weeks, so I don't know. So maybe by default, since he's not in action, I just don't see the stat line that he's
could be it.
the Andre the Giant winner.
They probably generally forgot.
I know I did. Yeah, thought it was still Corbin. Right, so what's your prediction, Smoot? Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you. Gable and Benjamin.
You're
Absolutely.
with us. The world's alpha-ist tag team. That's a great name. I'm going to stick with it. Just like Vince and Roman Reigns, it will get over. I have faith. Then we're on to the main show. I don't know what is going to open the show. Probably Rude Ziggler. Yeah, right, Rude Ziggler it is. So we've got the guy who hates big entrances and the guy who has a big entrance. That's what this one's all about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got nothing else to say. Rude or Ziggler?
It's gotta be Rude, surely.
You would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, Rude's the guy that would probably be the odds-on favorite here. Mostly because, you know, he's the newest face from the NXT roster to be on SmackDown. Ziggler for the past few weeks has been trying to make a mockery of all of the flashy entrances of you know, superstars from the past. Ziggler can talk the talk, but sometimes he can't back it up. If you can,
he says he can.
He says
he
can.
says the entrance is not important, but when the bell rings, no one's better than him.
Yeah. You can talk the talk, but if you can back it up, then it's bragging. So I'm not sure here. I'm a little bit torn. I think Rude's probably the smart pick. I'm gonna go with Bobby Roode as well. Glorious, glorious victory.
We're all in agreement here.
Yeah, with a flashy entrance.
You don't screw with Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Or Andy Wu, as I remember.
Oh God.
Okay. Where do we go now? The other non-title match is Randy Orton and Handsome Rusev. So, first one, Orton hit the RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Then Rusev got a bit of a cheap win back on SmackDown. So I guess this is a rubber match, kind of.
Sure.
Which makes me think Orton should win. Especially coming off that Jinder Mahal feud where he lost and lost and lost. But Rusev's win was just on TV. It's kind of been overlooked. It's a bit under the carpet. So maybe this is his chance to get a meaningful victory. Maybe involving Aiden English in there. Bit of a screw job.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, because Orton's been kind of getting a one-up on Aiden English here lately.
Yeah.
And you said that each guy has had a win on one another. Like, it's 1-1. And this would be the rubber match?
Yeah, but both of them are kind of nothing wins.
Yeah.
They're a bit stolen.
Yeah. So you went with Orton, right? Is that what you said?
I could easily be made to change my mind, but yeah, I think I'm going with Orton.
Yeah, I see where you're going with the Rusev thing, but I don't think I'm going with Orton.
I'm not. Yeah. I could see some like trickery here in this match, but you know, I'm with Ed in the chat who says, "What the hell is the point of this match?" Yeah, neither guy has anything going for him. Like Orton's just kind of been wandering around on the card, if you will, ever since the loss to Jinder Mahal. Like you pointed that out perfectly.
It goes back further than that, doesn't it? It goes back to the Wyatt feud.
Yeah, but Wyatt's on Raw.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying he's been sort of...
Yeah. I mean, Orton had a fridge falling on top of him.
That's true.
And ended up winning the match or something like that. I'm gonna go Rusev. I'll go Rusev. I'll take the broad pick here.
Okay, I like that.
Kind of sold me on that whole Aiden English involvement. Possibly.
Yeah, I think that is a strong possibility. Okay. Then we have... Well, we're flying through this.
Yeah, we kind of are.
We really are. That's like the entire undercard. Now we're getting into the meaningful matches. Let's go to the only other non-title match on the show, which is the... And this is a little bit wacky. I know it kind of makes sense, but the Falls Count Anywhere Hell in a Cell match. So, the match where you shouldn't really be able to get out, at least not far outside the ring. Now, I guess they're promoting that you fall off the top and then you can get pinned without having to drag the guy back in or something like that. Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon. Will this be Shane McMahon's first victory in about 10 years?
Jesus. I kind of want to go with no. Honestly. Owens has kind of gotten the upper hand, and on the Go Home show, he put Shane McMahon through a table. In the concession stands, no less. It didn't look all that great when it happened, and he didn't bother to replay it. But he kind of cut a promo saying that he was going to throw Shane off of the top of the cell, which, I mean, that seems like a selling point at this rate of the match. I'll go. You know what? I'll go Shane McMahon. I'll go Shane McMahon. He's got to represent the blue brand pretty strong. This might be
crazy.
This might be his first win in 10 years. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably wrong on this. He might be used as enhancement talent. He might be used as enhancement talent for Owens to get the victory and just be written off of TV for a while.
Right.
Maybe until Survivor Series or something like that. But Shane McMahon's got to win one of these Hell in a Cell matches at some point, and I think this is the one. This is the one.
I'm looking at his results here, and he did win the Survivor Series match last year. He was involved with that, but obviously he was actually eliminated in that one. He won a tag match with Batista back in 2009. He won a few other tags, 6-man tags. His last singles victory was Saturday night's main event in March 2006, where
that was when it debuted. Cody Rhodes.
No.
Oh. All right. Well, never mind.
No. He beat, apparently by submission in a street fight, Shawn Michaels. I have no memory of this.
I don't remember that.
Oh no, I'm thinking of WWE Superstars. I'm sorry.
So we had Saturday night's main event, March in 2006. So this was, right, I remember that opener. The opener was John Cena and Triple H versus Kurt Angle, Randy Orton, and Rey Mysterio. So that was the 2 WrestleMania title matches. Then you had Steve Austin beating JBL in a beer drinking contest.
I remember that.
Mickey and Trish beat Candice and Victoria in 2.5 minutes. And then Shane beat Shawn.
I don't remember that at all.
No, I don't either.
I remember the JBL Austin thing. I remember that quite vividly. But, yeah.
So, Superstars taping, Cody Rhodes beat Shane by DQ in what it says here was a Superstars taping part 2. I don't know why it's a part 2, but
okay.
Hey.
That one
That's some old trivia for you. It could be his first singles victory since 2006. More than 11 years.
Was that part 2 when they used to do it over the Raw and SmackDown tapings? They used to do it like a match on Raw and a match on SmackDown.
Ah, yeah, you might be right there. It might have just been the SmackDown half or whichever.
And the chat said something that you couldn't get over the one fan trying to twerk on Shane McMahon here, which I just thrown up on the stream.
Yeah.
He's coming down from the concessions. The one lady. Oh my god! What are you doing? What are you doing? But fair play to her. She was having a good time. So.
Yeah. Smiles on faces.
Yes, this could be a victory for Shane McMahon in a very long time. Has he ever won a Hell in a Cell match? Do you know? Do we have that information?
He, as far as I remember, has not. Unless did he win? Because he was in that one with. No, he wasn't. DX beat him, Vince, and Big Show in a 2-on-3 handicap. And I think that was it until Undertaker. Yeah. That is it. This is his third one, and he's 0-2 right now.
Third time's the charm. Sticking with it.
He has to win sooner or later, right?
Right, yeah.
Has to. I'm going with Owens because I don't think he has to win sooner or later.
Yeah, that's a smart bet.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm going Owens too.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Okay, so we killed some more time on that match. I'm glad because we really were. We're at the halfway point now, and we will go to AJ Styles and boring Baron Corbin having a match here for the United States Championship singles match.
Okay. Trying to. Okay, that's not gonna create a line break. Sorry, I'm trying to fix one of the cells here. I'll just shrink it down for right now. Fiddle with it later. Anyway, you said Styles versus Corbin, right? Okay. Yeah, this has been kind of on the back burner, if you will, for a title match. Styles has been trying to get the United States Open Challenge off the ground for the past couple of weeks. Corbin's been trying to sabotage it by, trying to go after the U.S. title with Styles attached to it in various ways. And Ty Dillinger answered the call, and he got... This should be actually a triple threat match between the three gentlemen of Styles, Ty Dillinger, and Corbin. So... At least that's my opinion. Yeah, I think Styles has to retain here. I think Corbin's still in the doghouse for trying to speak up on his opinion on concussions to Dr. Maroon or whatever that guy is.
Yeah.
So.
Or whatever. Yeah, I think I agree. I think. I don't know if he's in the doghouse because he's still getting pushed. I know he had the Money in the Bank briefcase. He was in that main event, outside the main event mix, but yeah, he's still.
They still use that picture of him with the case on his profile when he comes out to the ring.
Makes me think maybe it wasn't the plan to have him lose it then.
Yeah.
I don't think that was in the cards at all.
No. So, yeah, Styles for me too. Styles to retain.
Okay, and the chat says, if that's your logic for Shane, then I never want to see you pick against Zero and everything Kurt Hawkins. Fair enough. So, again, Chucks, you said Styles, right?
I said Styles,
okay.
Yeah.
Will?
Yeah, Styles. When was the last time Styles was actually on SmackDown?
When was the last time Styles was on SmackDown?
Yeah, he's not been part of the show for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's he's been apparently been used as a dark match after SmackDown goes off the air because of they want people to stick around for 205 Live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at least that's the report I've heard.
Yeah, makes sense.
Couldn't they just put him on 205 Live then?
It's true, yeah.
Work for Enzo.
I wouldn't go that far.
Got a good rating for a week.
But yeah, I'm going for AJ.
Okay. Sounds across the board.
Yeah, see, now I'm thinking. Corbin. But we could shock the world. But no.
And also in the chat said for Shane Owens, does the pinfall take place in the cell or out of the cell since it's falls count anywhere? I guess that could be one of the best questions.
I feel like they wouldn't make it falls count anywhere if they had planned to have it end in the ring.
Yeah.
It kind of has to end somewhere else. And when you put Shane in a cell match, he has to fall off, or someone has to fall off. Maybe Smoot's right, and actually it's going to be Owens that takes the big fall, and then Shane can pin him.
Yeah.
That could work.
Third time's the charm. Yeah, I'm going to say out of the ring for that.
Me too.
You as well, and Will.
Yeah, yeah, Lord of the Ring.
Okay.
Alright, let's go to the women's match then. Natalya has a terrible record against Charlotte Flair, but they're doing it again.
Yeah.
Can she retain?
I mean, when Charlotte was first on Raw, like years back, when it was Natalya versus Charlotte, Charlotte lost. Plain and simple, fair and square. She lost.
Oh, that one where she, like, the first time she
Yeah.
was called up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then I think Charlotte won the, what was it, the Women's Classic in NXT, where she got the NXT title. And
Yep.
however long it's been since that, it's a rivalry renewed once again. So I don't know. For me, Natalya really hasn't been doing much of anything as champion, if that makes any sense. I know she's been like featured and stuff and been competing. It's just something with her is just not clicking. I don't know what it is. It's just I don't know if it's just she's bland, she's just too vanilla, or what it is. I don't like her as women's champion. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I know what you mean there,
Yeah, can't really disagree with that. It's unfortunate because she is very good, but I feel like she's likely a transition, maybe to get it back onto Charlotte. I kind of thought that because it's 20 years, she has to have it at Survivor Series. So I think she's going to retain here and then maybe get screwed next month.
Okay.
And that's when she's going to lose it.
So you're going with Natalya?
I'm going with Natalya. I mean, history tells us that Charlotte's probably going to win. Like you say, she's not doing much to convince that she needs to keep it. But for now, I think, for the sake of bringing up Montreal for the 1000th time, let's keep it on Natalya.
Not sure here. You also have to keep in mind that Carmella does have the Money in the Bank case still. And I'm trying to work out a situation where, regardless of who wins, that there would be a cash-in attempt at the very least. I don't know if Carmella would be the one against Charlotte, though, for the title. Would be a good matchup. Maybe if Natalya gets her in the sharpshooter, gets Charlotte into the sharpshooter, and then Charlotte somehow wins, and then an easy cash-in for Carmella. Just any scenario that I'm trying to play out in my head is just not working. So I'm gonna go, I think, with you and say that Natalya holds on to it.
Oh.
And of course, now that I've put that out there, watch the opposite happen.
Yeah.
There's Charlotte, there's the cash-in, whatever. Will.
I'm going with Natalya.
Really?
Yeah.
All three of us with Natalya. I thought I was, going out on a limb there. We're all in agreement.
Okay.
And that's kind of feel like we're giving a point to Beans on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
We then are left with the other Hell in a Cell match, with the Usos challenging New Day. I don't know which New Day is going to be on the outside, but apparently one of them has to stay on the outside. And this is the 4th straight pay-per-view match that these two teams have had with each other.
I believe,
Yeah.
I believe, to answer your question, it is Big E is the one staying outside.
Oh, they've already
I think.
done that, have they?
I think.
Wiki's saying Biggie and Kofi, so
yeah, let me
Woods
check-
is going to be on the outside.
Let me check the .com, if you will.
Yeah, I'll just.
But okay, let's go over here. Shows. I hate WWE's webpage. I hate it. I hate
It's
it.
terrible.
I hate it. If I was Vince McMahon, I'd just be like, this site sucks. Like a oppressor, if you will.
Still sucks.
Let's see here.
Doesn't seem to say here.
Yeah, the graphic indicates Xavier and Big E with the titles, so you would think that they would be the
Yeah,
ones.
that doesn't necessarily mean
Yeah.
anything.
I don't know. They could always just change it up at the last minute, you know?
They could. Good.
So, says here, the New Day seized the SmackDown Tag Team titles from the Usos at WWE Battleground. Big E and Xavier were then unseated by the Samoan Warriors at SummerSlam. This led to a brutal showdown on the Sin City Street Fight in Las Vegas, which gave the titles back to the larger-than-life trio. Yeah, they could. Oh man, they could be just hot potatoing the tag titles between one another. Oh man, I think given the nature of the match and the stipulation, there's got to be some way whoever the third man is for the New Day to get involved. You know?
You think they're going to break out of this cage too?
I don't think. I think the third person is going to be inside the cage. Just like on the outside.
Uso said that they would have to stay on the outside.
Well, they would have to stay outside, but that doesn't mean that they would necessarily be stayed outside for the duration of the match. You know?
Well, this is my point. So, Shane and Owens, they're definitely breaking out.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely breaking out. So surely, if you've got two of the same gimmick on the same show,
Maybe one of them just like pats down the ref for the key and then just goes inside and unlocks the door.
oh, that would be be so weak. I've got a feeling that they're going to play this one straight and one of them stays on the outside. I think if they're going to do it one way in one of them, they have to do it the other way in the other. The integrity of the cell must be upheld.
The integrity of the cell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What's left of it.
I don't know. I still think one of them just sneaks in there somehow. I don't necessarily think that, you know, the competitors will break out. I just think the third person, whoever it is on the New Day side, sneaks in.
You sneak in.
I don't know.
Sneak
I don't
into
know.
the
Maybe they come out from like underneath the ring or something. And just, you know, like, surprise, Bootios, and they just spray Bootios everywhere or something. I don't know.
That could be a better bonus question then. Does the third New Day get involved?
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta go New Day. I think they gotta retain here. I think the hot potato stops here. At Hell in a Cell.
Really, go for New Day. Okay.
Here, I'll put that down here. As third New Day guy get involved. Okay. All right.
I think the potato is still hot, and the
Yeah.
Usos will get it back because whoever is next for the titles has to be. Well, I mean, it's going to be Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, possibly the Fashion Police, and that's about it, right? Both face teams. So I think it needs to be on the Usos. And with the third guy locked on the outside, this is a good time to get that done.
Yeah, I'm thinking similar. I'm gonna go with those two.
Usos.
Alright. Probably lost the point with that match. With me.
Someone has.
Yeah.
We will find out tomorrow.
Definitely.
And then that leaves us with the main event, which I don't know why isn't in the cell.
Yeah,
So expect to see some Singh brothers.
Yeah. This of all matches, believe it or not, is not in the cell cage at all. Considering we know that the Singh brothers are probably going to get involved, and I think it is going to lead to Mahal retaining the title. I think Nakamura might win by disqualification, perhaps, or maybe a countout or something. But I think Mahal in the long run retains, so I'm going to go with Mahal here.
Yeah, me too. More, as you say, for retaining. Maybe there's going to be some wacky finish where actually Nakamura technically wins but doesn't get the belt. But, yeah, for Mahal. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think I've said this last time, I think it's too early for Nakamura to win the title.
So you're going Mahal too?
Yeah, as much as I think he's possibly the worst champion ever.
Yeah, the build to this match has been awful. Like, it's been absolutely awful, with Jinder just constantly hammering borderline racist statements in regards to Nakamura and his looks and every aesthetic thing about him, and it's not winning the crowd over. Like, it's not at all what people want to see, and I think, unfortunately, because of that, I think Mahal's still going to retain. So,
yeah.
I don't know what it's all about. Like the Reigns thing, I get it. He's got a look, and I kind of understand. He's Rock's cousin or whatever. That's fine. What? Why Jinder Mahal? He was a job guy for years. He came back and he was still a job guy. Why? Why?
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe it was the India tour. They wanted someone.
It was the Indian TV deal, wasn't it?
Right, they wanted network subs or something.
Yeah. Well, they just found a new deal with Sony in India. So, I think the story was they wanted someone that the Indians could cheer for. To make them watch it.
They gave us a heel Indian.
Yeah, pretty much. But, I mean, that's okay for a bit, but it's not work, so move on.
I don't get it.
But the thing is, though, I mean, I'm just thinking as you said that, then who do they give it to if it's not him? I can't think. Maybe Kevin Owens?
Like anyone. Can you just give it to anyone?
Anyone at all.
You could have had Orton win it back. You could have had Nakamura win it first time. You could have him retain now and then give it to AJ or anyone.
Well, yeah. I mean, I still think it's too early for Nakamura. So, but yeah, I suppose AJ would be a good shout. As you say, anyone, I suppose.
I was going through the chat log. I missed this question from Ed. This is a potential bonus one as well. Do we see Ziggler mimicking anybody's entrance for his match?
See, I was thinking he has to do Bobby Roode's entrance.
Yeah, just thinking of himself.
I don't know if that's going to be this time or maybe on SmackDown after he loses, but surely he can't just go. Or maybe Roode does Ziggler's entrance.
No.
No, I can't see that happening.
No?
No, you can't put the Glorious theme on the shelf like that. You let people down.
Yeah.
Especially for Ziggler, like, come on. That'd be Rude shooting himself in the foot.
It's true. That is kind of his thing.
Yeah. I'll play it safe and say no, just because it would be, I don't know, if he just does the whole roulette of like mimicking entrances, it would just be a waste of time on the show. So I think he'll just come out as himself instead of trying to Charlie Haas it up.
Maybe he doesn't have an entrance.
He doesn't have an entrance?
Who was he quite recently? Batista used to do, just come out with the spotlight.
Oh, you mean he's gonna like mimic Vladimir Kozlov's entrance? Yeah, no video.
Yeah, that's what Ed also said. Just nothing, no personality, nothing.
Yeah,
that was Kozlov.
Yes. Okay. Double E.
I love double E. Did you hear Rusev this week referred to WWE as WWU?
No.
I've done that a few times. Yeah.
So is that what you're going with? Ziggler won't have lights or anything like that? Will?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. One that I can think of is Carmella cashing in.
Yeah. I'll say no, but yeah.
Carmella cashing in. No, I think they'll save that.
I'll go no as well. And you said yes, Will, correct?
No, yes to the question, but no to it actually happening.
Yes to the question, but no. Okay.
Sorry, I'm confusing myself.
That does not make sense.
Okay, there you go. I'm just gonna leave it like that, and I think right there.
Did answer the New Day question. The third New Day guy doesn't get involved. Cage keeps him out.
Cage keeps him out. Will?
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I'm confusing myself.
This guy.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, no.
It's late. I'm full of drugs.
Alright.
Are you?
Well, not that kind of drugs. I've had a cold all week.
I think that is going to be your card right there. We'll, like I said, we'll get Beans' response in just a bit after the show, and hopefully we'll have them up for you next week in full. So there you go. That's your Hell in a Cell prediction card right there. Let's cut it back. There we go. Yeah. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's pay-per-view. Hell in a Cell is probably one of my favorite pay-per-views on the yearly roster of pay-per-view shows. So,
really,
yeah, it's a nice staple. I like it.
I think I'm only looking forward to the Owens McMahon match.
Yeah,
I can't see anything else.
Yeah, because you know shit's gonna go down, and they're gonna be brawling outside the cage, and then watch them fool everybody, and it's just like a normal one-on-one match where the pinfall happens in the middle of the ring. So.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do that. They could get everybody's hopes up and just, deflate the balloon, if you will.
They could. Well, I hope they inflate the balloon that's under the announce table before Shane falls off.
Oh my god.
He needs to have that. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm kind of looking forward to that one too. I know that it's Shane. I probably shouldn't be looking forward to that one over various other things, but it's true. Someone's going to fall off something high, and that's fun.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not looking forward to that one, that main event there. Nakamura hasn't had one of his great matches for a long time. I don't think this is the time. I don't think it's going to be his return to form somehow.
Yeah.
And Styles too, been lumbered with Corbin. It's like great guys on this roster, all been paired up with less than great guys.
Yeah, I agree. It's just it's not a strong build. Other than let's see here, maybe New Day and the Usos and Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens. I think those are the two prominent storylines heading into this pay-per-view that have been had their stories told prominently over the past several weeks. Like, there's also going to be a Fashion Files segment as well. I guess that could have been another bonus question, is if they're going to have a match on the card. But
and they keep promising that these guys will come back, and then they never do.
They keep promising that they're gonna reach the end of their, who messed up their Office storyline, and they don't have a payoff.
Didn't they pay that off, and then it was like who kidnapped Fandango instead? Or
no,
I totally lost track with these guys.
No, it was. I think it was going to lead to maybe Luke Harper.
When in the Ascension, they just came in and said, "Yeah, we kind of got pissed, and like that's what we do."
Yeah, I thought that was all.
Yeah.
I thought they were saying no, we didn't do it, or maybe they already said that they did. Who knows? The point is, they're going to have a segment on the show tomorrow, and maybe it'll lead to a match. Who knows?
Maybe it will. Ed is asking, "What's your favorite Cell match of all time, or your life?"
It's got to be the Foley one, the King of the Ring Foley, where Undertaker chucks him off like that.
Yeah.
That was a one-of-a-kind match. You're never going to see something like that in WWE again. I say that, and something like that could happen tomorrow with Shane and Kevin Owens.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
It would be awesome, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
But... Yeah, that's true. That was like I said, one of a kind. That was a spectacle. We're not seeing again. The first one, Taker Shawn, was obviously a great match. I kind of like the 6-way Armageddon 2000, mostly because Kurt won. He was my guy. I was very new to wrestling at that point. He was my guy. I went into it thinking he had no chance. He's in there with Austin, Brock, Undertaker. How's he going to weasel his way out of this one? But he did. So I was quite happy with that. Taker Lesnar was good in 2002. And that's about it, I think. What other ones?
What about you, Will?
Yeah, you pretty much had them all, really. The
Triple H Batista?
The Triple H Kevin Nash from
Triple H Kevin Nash, yeah.
That was quite good.
See how no one's mentioned Triple H Undertaker from WrestleMania?
Yeah.
I didn't think much of that. Apparently it was great. Everyone tells me it's great.
It was an end of an era, and nobody really cared.
And both guys just carried on wrestling anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's probably why nobody remembers it. And had like Shawn Michaels
really
crying in a corner.
We're the last two of a generation. And then, the New Age Outlaws have a little run. Goldust is still around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kane, obviously.
Let's see. Was there anything from this week's shows, like Raw and SmackDown, that kind of stood out? Like any sort of...
Speaking
More
of
Enzo.
They're
really-
yeah, Enzo.
They're really going Enzo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you really think this is gonna work? And do you think maybe Kalisto is the guy to take the Cruiserweight title off of Enzo?
I kind of hope not, because that was a huge letdown.
It
They had
really
everyone
was.
out there. Enzo did his thing, had a little comment for all of them. He was great. And then, like we all knew, if the entire roster is banned from title matches, there has to be someone new. Kurt comes out and says, I've just signed someone new. Oh, great. Okay, so is it going to be like Hideo Itami or someone? No, it's Kalisto.
Honest to God, I was legit hoping it was Braun Strowman.
It turns out he's 205. Who knew?
Yeah. Just completely fib it and just be like, yeah, Braun Strowman's now the newest guy. It honestly would have been a better pick than Kalisto, who got put into the trash by Strowman himself, because that went just pretty much unresolved, other than Kalisto just being in a dumpster, which I don't know.
He then got quite angry, said no one treats me like garbage.
Yeah.
And then wasn't on TV for a couple of months. So that's good. What about Sin Cara? Where's he?
Yeah, good question. Good question, actually. Hey, where is Sin Cara? Where is he? But yeah, no. I don't know if Kalisto is the guy to take it off Enzo, but I don't think he's the guy that'll bring in the ratings, which I think is what's kind of hurting 205 Live right now, is that they just don't have the eyes on the product.
Do you think they might be building something up to end 205 Live? It's not working as it is.
What better way to build up to an end of 205 Live than have Braun Strowman come in there and just clean house?
Well, yeah. Just kill everyone. Right, that's it. Next, no more.
Well, let's face it. We've all known that that's where this division is going. Right? From day one, we said, okay, so there's going to be a segment where all these guys are out here and Braun Strowman just runs through them all. It was inevitable.
Ed in the chat says, you guys think WWE ending Raw twice with 205 is a sign of them throwing in a towel on the third hour?
Yeah.
I kind of
at least for football season.
Yeah. I think it's them just trying to see if they can get any sort of desperate views for the 205 Live product. The Enzo just fucking roasting the entire cruiserweight roster was also kind of brutal, especially when he went after Gulak.
Yeah. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, as you say, it can't have long life, surely. Not in its current state, anyway.
If they get rid of 205 Live, you know what they should bring back? Talking Smack.
Well, you're not wrong. They should.
I mean, they showed like a clip of it from this past week for the McMahon-Owens feud. What better way? Just bring it back. Don't make it like a pay-per-view exclusive. Actually, just have it like it was a great staple at the end of each SmackDown. You had something to look forward to. Instead, they pushed it back an hour, and people aren't just going to stay up on a weeknight to, see Renee and Daniel Bryan just cut it up.
Where is Daniel Bryan anyway? I haven't seen him for a while.
Probably being a dad at home, if I had to guess.
Oh man!
Actually, I have a photo of Daniel Bryan.
You have a photo of Daniel Bryan?
I do. He was being out helping Kane or Glenn Jacobs.
Really?
Hell no.
Glenn Jacobs was running for mayor.
Yeah,
in his
in
home
Tennessee.
state.
Oh, wow.
And I'm actually, it's a bit of a weird link, but I'm friends with Tom Pritchard on Facebook. We did a website for him a while back, and he went to the event that Daniel Bryan was at.
Huh.
Right.
I'll put this photo up if you put it up on the stream.
Yeah, of course, because I want to see this.
I really want to see this.
Why is not sending? Sorry, one sec.
Imagine those two running for office. Kane and Daniel Bryan. Kane Bryan 2020 or whatever it would be.
Kane could be the mayor, and he could give Daniel Bryan that phony baloney key to the city that Rusev has.
Kane could be the president.
Yeah,
I mean,
he could.
It's not that crazy.
It's not. It really isn't. It's really not, especially this day and age. He could definitely.
One Royal Authority figure has already made it.
Yeah. Oh wow! Look at this photo. Yeah, let me get a.
There he is, and he's wearing red too.
Here, do I have? Oh, I don't think I have a window capture. Hold on. Hang on. Let me throw it up over here. And let's cut the chrome. There we go. Look at that.
There's Kane in a red shirt. There's Daniel Bryan representing blue.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. One unlikely team they make. An odd couple.
That's awesome.
That was on Wednesday. Apparently.
Wednesday. Huh.
Yeah.
Cool. I honestly hope he wins the ballot or the vote of the people to become mayor.
I do like how his logo, his Glenn Jacobs for mayor, has got a little flame in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's zoom in on this here. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a flame right there in the middle of his logo. That's awesome. Cool. There was another thing from, I think it was Raw, I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, the whole Alexa Bliss Mickey James angle, where it seems like they're just going back in time and resurrecting the whole, instead of calling Mickey fat or whatever this time around, it's just replaced fat.
Now she's old.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like filler to me.
Yeah.
They've got plans down the line and nothing for this month, so let's see what Mickey James can do.
It just seems like,
and I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, it just seems like a whole step in the backwards from everything that they're trying to accomplish with the women's division. Let me get that off the screen. There we go. And there's a gif of her just throwing a box of Depends across the room. There you go. So, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a step backwards.
Oh yeah.
What else we had?
She's really angry with that box of Depends. Like
she was. Yeah.
Shouldn't she kind of? Should she expect that? Like, yeah, you know, you are older than the rest of them. Kind of have a little laugh about it. Huh? Yeah, there's a product I don't actually need. It's,
yeah.
It seems like she's very, very touchy about it.
Mm-hmm. Also, on Raw, they had the what is it? The Miz Taraj and Cesaro and Sheamus teaming up, and
the Shield,
possibly the Shield reunion this upcoming Monday on Raw.
Yeah, what a weird end to Raw that was.
Yeah, I oh man, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna go. It's obviously gonna go over well with the audience. I think they're gonna lose their minds, but I don't know if it's gonna take any of the backlash off of Reigns. Like, I think the fans are still gonna boo Reigns regardless, even if he is regrouped with the Shield. I think it's too little, too late to have the reunion, and if anything, they never should have split the guys up. In my opinion. And the chat says instead of Piggy James, it's geriatric James, which just rolls right off the tongue. He also says, imagine if the mayor election was held on May 19th.
It could be.
Could be.
They just choke slam all the other candidates.
That would be great. I could see that happening, actually. Wouldn't be that far-fetched. The other thing I wanted to...
What a mark. It's still real to Smoot, damn it.
He should turn up for the count in his full Kane gear.
With the mask, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
But acts as if it's like really normal. Just don't even acknowledge it.
Bray Wyatt teasing the Sister Abigail stuff here again.
She's dead though.
Yeah, but she's
been dead the whole time.
Yeah, but he might be becoming her.
Wait, what?
Did you not see it or something?
He's becoming her?
That's what it seemed like it.
He's transitioning?
Yeah. Possibly.
We've got a trans character on Raw now?
Possibly. I mean, this would be one way of doing it.
How very modern.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw that it looked to me like he was going to wear some face paint. Because Bray seems convinced that is what wins matches.
Maybe
so he's going to put some face paint on.
Maybe he still has some of the charred remains of Sister Abigail's hamburger meat that Randy Orton set ablaze.
Yeah, maybe.
And he's just going to become one with her. Who knows? I don't know.
Phrasing. So we can have this next pay-per-view with Bray Wyatt with some paint or ashes or whatever on his face against the man Finn Balor. And then we can drag this story on again where we have, Wyatt with whatever that is on his face against the Demon. So then we've gone through all the cycle, each one with paint and the other guy not, both with no paint, and then both with paint. And Balor can win them all. Proving once and for all that face paint doesn't make any difference.
Exactly, yeah. Let's see.
Then maybe one of them can wear a mask instead.
Yeah,
we can do the whole thing again.
Yeah. Remove the mask and there's just face paint underneath of it.
Like Sting.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Sting. What are the odds Bray's going to cross-dress for the next match? I mean, it could... I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. If he just...
Really?
Yeah. I mean, was anybody expecting him to have like a bucket of red paint and just pour it on Finn Balor in the corner?
I feel like that's a lot more likely than doing the big veto gimmick.
As long as Bray Finn doesn't go to the House of Horrors, I'm fine.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I don't know. I kind of wanted to say like a cross-dressing Bray is more likely than seeing Finn Balor having a refrigerator dropped on top of him. Like I think you'd be more inclined to see that than the refrigerator. Is all I'm saying. But who knows? Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else from Raw or SmackDown that we haven't already kind of discussed in detail.
SmackDown seemed pretty uneventful to me.
Yeah, they kind of phoned it in.
Much. Yeah.
It seems to be all quiet on the TNA front. Is what's happening there?
Yeah, I haven't heard much of anything from Impact side of things here.
What were they called this week? GFW Impact.
Didn't they have to lose the GFW name too?
I think so.
Yeah.
So I think it's just Anthem's Impact.
Anthem's Impact. I kind of feel like they should just start again.
Yeah.
Drop the Impact too.
Let's see here. There's something from the past 6 hours ago. Update on future television taping locations. Yada yada yada.
Who's the champion at the minute?
That would be. God, I do not know. You couldn't pay me to list off whoever the world champion is for Impact Wrestling. I've just been like, yeah, that sounds good. They're up there, yeah.
Eli Drake.
Eli Drake.
Really? Really? Okay.
EC3, he's still there. He's still going.
That's good.
Is he still undefeated?
He's got the what is it? The other championship, I think. The
I don't know.
it's not telling
Oh,
me.
that one that's like the MMA,
Yeah.
the fake MMA one.
Yes. That makes it sound so disparaging.
Well, am I wrong?
Eli Drake's the TNA champ.
Champion.
Trevor Lee's probably the X Division 1. Sienna's the women's champ. OVE are the tag champs.
Ohio versus everything.
Yeah, I don't know who they are.
David and Jake Christ. They were the Irish Airborne for a long time on the Indies.
And yeah,
They must be old now. They've been around forever.
and yeah, EC3 is the champion, but doesn't say what he's champion of.
EC3 is the grand champion.
So he's like the champion of all champions, is what you're saying.
Oh, that can't be true. Apparently, Jake and David Christ were trained by Matt Stryker.
I'm
Not
marking
even
out.
not even the other one, but actually that Matt Stryker.
I'm
with
marking
an
out,
I.
bro. So yeah,
Well,
apparently Abyss is still there. I don't know why he still got the mask, but Andrew
Oh
Everett,
god, that Grado's still there as well.
Braxton Sutter, Chris Adonis. Well, okay, cool.
Chris Sedonis, is that Chris Masters?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Alrighty. But yeah, Impact's still going. It seems like they're just gonna keep going as long as they can. Yeah, it's just it's something that's just gonna be there, I suppose, in its own little bubble. Ed said, "Who the fuck is that roster?" I mean, you go to the website and find out. There's tons of people I'm not familiar with. It seems like. Are you going to be doing a preview show next month for Bound for Glory? I'm going to probably say that's a strong no.
Yeah.
I might tune into it. But I don't think we'll do like a prediction show for like dedicated for Bound for Glory. We may just be like, hey,
we could run through it
Yeah.
pretty quick.
yeah, and we can see who's the winner of the TNA division after 2 pay-per-views. There are only 2 pay-per-views of the year. So.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the results of the last one. 'Cause didn't Beans do really well there?
I think he did.
No, he did terribly.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking of when we actually did it properly. Okay, here we go. So, I won. Yay! I won it. 5 out of 8. Smoot, you're on 4. Will's on 4. Beans is on 2.
I got 4 right.
Got some catching up to do. Yeah, you got half the card.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. Okay.
There was one little tidbit of news.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's more for me and Chuck really, but I don't know if anyone saw Triple H was on Sky Sports News yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see this. Did he say lots of corporate buzzwords?
He did.
Putting
He did.
smiles on faces?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
no, Steph was doing the rounds as well. I think she was on Lorraine or something.
Yeah, they're doing a quick little tour to promote the UK tour in November. So they're doing a little media tour.
She got all her catchphrases in, like "I'm only a villain on TV,"
Yeah.
that kind of.
2 interesting bits that have come out of Triple H's bit. He mentioned that to keep an eye out over the next month or so for some, and I quote, pretty cool announcements concerning the UK scene. So, don't know what he meant by that.
You guys are getting WrestleMania next year.
Maybe they're finally putting some UK stuff on the network. Did they have
maybe.
deals with a couple?
Yeah, it's a Progress, I think.
Progress,
and
yeah.
ICW.
That's right.
And the other one was that I think it's kind of been mentioned already on a lot of the news sites, but for some reason started talking about Ronda Rousey and showing the clip from Mania where she and The Rock were there. And he basically said that the door's open for her if she wants to.
Yeah, that looks like it could be happening.
Yeah.
The Four Horsewomen and the Four Horsewomen.
Yeah, so I just thought it was interesting that he said the next couple of months or so that there'll be some announcements made concerning the UK. So maybe we'll get a pay-per-view. A big pay-per-view.
I think we'll take that at this point. It's not ideal, but we need something.
Yeah.
I think we've earned something.
He did say
We deserve it.
Clap, 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 clap.
Well, what was it he said when was it the UK tapings, first one? He said something to they were all chatting, we want Mania, weren't they? And he said something about it's only a plane ride away or something.
Yeah, well, made that plane ride many times, just and in April, but never early enough.
It sounded like he was on quite a busy tour though. He said he'd just come in from New York, was in the Sky Studios to speak to them, and then was flying to India. So he's a busy chap.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've got.
Well, it's something to keep your, ears and eyes open for.
As Chuck said, we deserve something kind of big. It's not Mania, something. Yeah.
Like, I get why they don't want to do stuff outside the US and Canada, but come on. It's been since 92.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I'd even take when they actually come here and do Raw and SmackDown, I'd even take them showing that live on Sky, but for some reason they won't do that.
Huh.
That'd be a small bonus, but yeah, they gotta do something soon, surely.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's pretty much everything here for this week. Like I said, hopefully next week we can get Beans on the show, or if he's still going to be busy doing fatherly stuff, we'll see. But hopefully we can have him on here sooner rather than later. Yeah, that seems to be it. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we get out of here?
I think that's all the big stuff.
That is. All right. Will, anything?
No, that's it, yeah. We've done everything.
Ed says get Mini Beans on the show. I don't know if we'll get hashtag Mini Beans to come on here and just like predict a match or two for the prediction game, but you're gonna have to take that up with Beans to see if we can get him arranged on here or something. So
probably still do better than Big Beans.
Probably, yeah. But that's going to be it. Don't forget to check out the website, theiwcradio.com. Same thing on Twitter, theiwcradio. Use the hashtag IWCradio. Maybe we can feature your questions and answer them on the show. Next week will be the fallout from Hell in a Cell, as well as whatever news and notes, stuff that happens, anything in between during the week. Hopefully, we'll have some more stuff to discuss. So, thanks again to Chucks, Will. I'm Smoot. We'll see you next week. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.